Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Glashutte Original 60s Panorama date. You can see this spectacular stainless steel sunburst-style vintage-inspired automatic reference and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch, with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this 60s Panorama date. Now, the watch you can see on my wrist is bigger than the historic pieces that it references. My 16 centimeter circumference wrist is a good match for the 42 millimeter diameter of the case. The watch is not undersized nor is it oversized. It's right sized for our era. In terms of thickness, the timepiece is 11.9 millimeters thick, but you can see just how much of that is the generously domed sapphire. The sapphire designed to create some of the off-axis bubble and distortion effect that you would have seen on a 1960s plexiglass, and it does that, but it also serves to allow a tight sleeve or dress cuff to ramp up over the side of this one, so though it isn't an ultra thin by any means, it does play slim relative to a cuff. From lug to lug, the watch is approximately 48.7 millimeters, which is to say it has a fairly broad span for a dress watch, but it's nowhere near most sports watches of this size. So the timepiece has a satisfying heft on the wrist. One of the quirky characteristics of this timepiece is that it has a sapphire in the case back that's domed almost as dramatically as the one on the dial side. It actually tucks down and sits lower on the wrist as it nestles into the skin. And as you can see, the lugs are tightly downturned with a strap that's completely unconstrained in its movement. So if you do have a small wrist, I would say down to 14.5 centimeters in circumference, you're going to wear this one with both style and physical security on the wrist. Now, the strap is an impressive small-scale alligator leather. Almost has the look of lizard, but it is alligator. It's a dark navy blue with slight bolstering down the center, a monotone stitch, and a folded edge. You can see on the underside it features a soft calf skin that is wonderfully supple against the skin, preventing any kind of chafing as a result of the harder material. It's a rare case of a small scale being used on the top, though. This is distinctive. And you'll note the pin buckle is simple in profile, fitting the 60s nomenclature of the watch, satin finish and polish with a handsome bevel. The timepiece features a high polish case with a few sharp character lines to add definition. You can see the step of the bezel where it abuts the crystal, and you can see there's another step where it joins the case band. Likewise, a sharp crease along the cleft between the case back and the mid case. You'll see the mid case is nicely curved, and there's a small amount of beveling. It's molded in. It's not a machine finished surface, though it is polished subsequent to stamping. You can see there is a small crease along the flank of the lugs themselves. The watch is all about the dial, however. As you can see, it's a galvanized blue with a sunburst quality, so it has a radial grain emanating out from the center. What you'll also notice from this angle is that what appear to be applied indices at first glance are actually uneven recesses in the dial. They have a metallic base, and they're actually cut into the dial, so from different angles you can get a sense of their depth. Think Panerai sandwich dial, and you're not far off. It is a luminescent dial with a small amount on the hands itself, center, as well as pips outboard of the hour indices with these stylish mid-century inspired Arabic numerals, quarter Arabics at 12, 3, 6, and 9. Turn the watch over and you have a manufacturer caliber 39 automatic winding with a 40 to 42 hour power reserve. It features hacking or stop seconds, so for instance you pull the crown out and you stop the balance. You stop the seconds hand for precise synchronization to a reference time. It also features a quick set function such that you can rapidly set the date should the watch run down or encounter an irregular length month. The movement's nicely executed with a polished swan's neck regulator, Glashutte stripes across the bridges as well as the winding mass. And you'll note the distinctive double spiral on the reduction wheel for the winding system, with all screws having their heads polished. It's simple but handsome. 3-bar water resistance means that this one is for splash and inadvertent rainstorms only. There are other watches in the collection that can get wet. The timepiece features a dial that dominates proceedings. This watch is all about that dial. The sunburst, the recesses, that vintage font, those tiny baton-style minute and hour hands. It's just handsome, almost bubble-like, charming in every way, but built to modern tastes in terms of materials, in terms of design, execution, fit finish, and of course outright size. 42mm in stainless steel with a spectacular sunburst blue, almost violet dial. You can see and you can own this one on our website.